Welcome back, everyone. This is again our IELTS, and today we are starting the very first video of our 8-part essential vocabulary series. If you want to score higher in IELTS reading and listening, mastering topic-based vocabulary, in this case, this is what you need. In this lesson, I'll walk you through the most high frequency words I have selected directly from Cambridge books, like not random ones. Not basic textbook vocabulary. These ones are the exact words that IELTS repeatedly uses across different topics, and the ones that actually help you understand passages and audios more accurately. So here is my recommendation. Stay until the end of the video because I will not only explain each word, but also give you the exact context, examples, paraphrasing strategies, and typical traps connected to these words. By the time you finish this video, you will understand how to recognize these words instantly during the exam and how to use them in your own speaking and writing, especially in your listening and reading parts. So this is video 1 of this series, and each lesson builds on the previous one. So watching until the end will make a huge difference in your overall performance. So let's get started. Firstly, we are going to start with the topic of farming and agriculture, as you can see. And let's see the most essential words. So organic produce, I think this is pretty simple. You know the meaning of organic and produce. So you can make use of it. Like food or products that are grown or made without the use of synthetic chemicals, such as pesticides or artificial fertilizers. So we are going also to learn the meanings of pesticides and artificial fertilizers. When it comes to pesticides, these ones are chemicals used to kill pests, okay? What is pest? Pest is the synonym of insect, which are harmful for some crops. When it comes to pesticides, they are chemicals used to kill pests, weeds, or insects that harm crops, as you can see. So you can see the word of pesticide here. Artificial is the opposite of organic, as you know. And fertilizer, you can see this word here. Actually, this is some, let's say, chemicals which are added to the, let's say, soil in order to increase its productivity. So in our language, you can see its translation as well. Yeah, so when it comes to organic produce, it is food or products that are grown or made without the use of synthetic chemicals or artificial fertilizers. Organic farming food, I think that's pretty simple. GM food, just remember it, it is genetically modified food. Genetically modified, okay? Modified means changed. It means they have changed the genetics of this food. You can see also its translation here, so I'm not going to give the translations in this video. Fertile, guys, remember that it is the synonym of productive, and always they replace this word. Infertile, this is the opposite of fertile. Fertility, so if fertile is an adjective and the synonym of productive, fertility will mean productivity in this case. Fertilize and fertilizer, you know the meaning of fertilizer, we have already discussed it. Fertilize is the verb form of it. Biological pest control, we have already learned the meaning of pest. I have explained that it's insect, and biological pest control, biological insect control. Crop yields, so crop, so you can see produce, like the synonym of it. Yield, this is the meaning of this, the amount of crop produced in a given area. Intensive farming methods, that's pretty easy, nothing difficult here. To cultivate, like to prepare or use a land for crops or gardening. Grow, you know, rear or raise, you can use. So rear animals or grow plants. We cannot say grow animals, like it is to grow plants and rear animals. So in our speaking mock exam, one of my students made a mistake, raise plants, he said, if I'm not mistaken. It is grow plants, but rear animals, okay? Remember it like that. Monocrop, so you know the meaning of mono and crops, the practice of growing a single crop year after year on the same land. Biodiversity, that's very important. So bio, it is again bio, diversity. Always they replace the word of diversity with the word of variety. Keep it in your mind. So they can replace each other frequently. So we have already finished this part. Let's continue with diversity, variety. We have already discussed this. Species. Species are like the types, or we can call it like the kinds of something, okay? Animal species or plant species, insect species. Forest ecosystem, I think you know this one. Sustainable. Sustainable, something like eco-friendly, we can also call it like future generations also can make use of it, okay? So sometimes we replace it with a word of eco-friendly, sometimes also like renewable, something like this, okay? Like let's say useful for them, something that not harms the environment, to be honest. Sorry. Weeds. So you can see its meaning, unwanted plants, okay? Weeds. Then vital habitat. The meaning of vital is significant, and when it comes to habitat, usually students think that it is the same as habit. No, habit is kind of different. It is the things that we do on a regular basis. When it comes to habitat, it's a crucial. Actually, it's an environment where a particular species lives. Okay, particular. It is the synonym of specific. Species, kinds. We have already discussed it. Okay, thrive. It is also one of the most common words, actually. It's a verb. Flourish or improve can be its synonyms. Yield, we have already discussed this one. Monoculture, we have discussed this one. Diversity, flora and fauna, I think you know. Flora, it is like the variety of plants. And fauna, this is something about animals. Pesticide, fertilizer, require. So you can see its translation here, like something like demand something, yeah. If something is necessary, okay, yeah, the verb form of it. Threatened, very important word. So threat is risk. Threaten, put something under risk. Threaten something which is under risk, okay. So threatened, endangered can be the synonyms of each other. Incentive, its synonym is initiative, okay? Like or motivation, teşvik in our language. Maintain, this is also one of the most common ones. Preserve, for example, can be used instead of this. Yes, conserve, korumak, saklamak. So advocate something, very good. And like this is people. Then. Require, we have already discussed this. Significant, you know, most probably. Take something into account, take something into consideration or consider something. Labor, something relating to the workforce. This is our translation. And cost, you know this one most probably. So, okay, harnessing, they are using, utilizing, okay? Consumer power, I think you know this one. Threatened, we have already discussed this word. Incentive, maintain, we have discussed these ones. Crops, we have this ones. The repair, this is the synonym of fix. Okay, remember, always keep the synonyms in your mind. Rapidly, like fastly, like frequently, okay? Here you can see quick, yeah. Changing, like quick alteration. Very good. Alter, change. Like alteration, change, like the noun forms of them. Greenhouse gas emissions, very good. Deforestation. Flood, overflowing of water. Drought. So this is lack of water, something like this. Extended periods of unusually dry weather. Okay, shortage of water. Lack of. Deficiency of. Shortage, lack, deficiency, synonyms of each other. Eliminate, eradicate. We have remove, reduce. Like, remember that eradicate is a synonym of this. Herbicide, pesticide, fertilizers. We have discussed this one. Composting, like the process of breaking down organic waste. So it's the same in our language, so that's why I haven't changed. A farmer grows foods, a farmer rears animals, raises crops and animals, rears and brings up children. But children grow up. Plants grow without up. No need for this one. These ones are additional ones. So, guys, species that are not native to a location, that come from other areas. Do you know the meaning of invade? Some countries can invade others' lands, like take it. Yes, they are not native to this area, but have a tendency to spread. Threatened, we have discussed. Pests, predator, animals like that kill other or prey on others. Yeah, kill others. Okay, so this is a translation. Immunity, resistance, they are the synonyms of each other. Okay, remember it. They always replace these ones. You know these ones most probably. Nothing difficult here. Eradicate, wipe out, and eliminate. We have already discussed. Exterminate, synonym. Homegrown, native. Parasite, you know. Pollinate, the process by which pollen is transferred from the male part to flower to the female part. You can see its translation. In Turkish, they say pollenler. Maybe you have heard this. Pollination of crops. Eradicate, wipe out, exterminate, okay? So we have already discussed this one. To have a devastating effect or detrimental effect, or instead of effect, you can use impact on something. Yeah, very good word. Significant, it means, okay? Take notes relating to this one. Okay, to become extinct, to become endangered. Yes. And do you remember we had one more, threatened? Threatened with extinction. Threatened means under risk. Threatened with extinction, yeah, here. Loss of habitat. Habitat we have already discussed. Loss of habitat it is. Animals in captivity, like are kept in enclosures, okay? Like animals in captivity that are not in wild, in zoos, for example, okay? Breeding, like breed, rare, büyütme, besleme, okay? Breed, like increase their population. Pet or domesticated animals. Domestic animals and wild animals. At school, we learned this. Animals that are kept have been teamed for work, food, or pets. You can see food chain. It's very easy, like food and chain, like evolution theory. Evolve, we have also the process by which different kinds of living organisms have developed. Yes, development of this, diversified from earlier. You can see its translation, like Darwin's evolution theory, for example. Remember it like this. Compelling evidence, compelling, like convincing, for example, okay? It's the strong proof. Inhabitants. So habitats, do you remember this one? It is the place that animals, plants, and etc. live. Inhabitants, like residents, local people, took up farming. They started farming. Rewilding, the mass restoration of damaged species, the process of returning land to its natural and wild state, often by reintroducing native species, for example. Re-establish forests, like the opposite of deforestation. Reintroduce native animals. Seabed, like you can see it's like bed, like the bottom part of the sea. Commercial fishing, it's very easy. Breeding, like we have already discussed the meaning of this one. Predator, prey on, or prey. Predators prey on prey. Okay, this one's also are animals. Struggle, like have difficulty. Survive, stay alive. Survivor. Have you watched this one? Policy, this is the rule or plan. So the translation. Boost, increase. Catch something like fish or animal's coat, okay? Preserve, maintain. Pose a threat, very good collocation. Pose a threat, pose a risk. So you create a risk for something, okay? To humans, livestock. Livestock, cows, something like this, cows. Malgaraviko, like livestock. Lucrative, it looks like the word of luxurious. Lucrative, profitable, okay? Profitable. Like financially beneficial, yeah, very good. Attitudes, like views or opinions, okay? Species we have discussed. Mate, we have workmate, classmate, so mate is a friend. Native, synonyms, indigenous and aboriginal. They are one of the most commonly used ones. Keep it in your mind, please. Destruction, nothing heat, difficult, endangered, we have discussed. Okay. Yeah, we have something. Adaptation, very easy. Alien species, species that are not native. Do you remember, like, but there is a difference. These ones maybe are not these ones because they take the most of the area. But when it comes to these ones, non-indigenous, exotic, sometimes, yeah, this is a synonym that we have discussed. Aquatic, aqua park, aqua, something relating to water, living, frequenting water, growing in water. Captive breeding, for example. Breeding, we have already discussed it, yeah. What was the synonym of it? Rearing it, rear is breed. And breeding, reproduction, we can also call it like that. Have they written it? No, I think. Captivity, we have already discussed, yes, keeping them not in the wild areas, like in zoos and etc., in closed areas. Carnivore, there is a diet, carnivore diet, like people eat meat. Circadian is like circadian rhythm of people's body, biological clock, okay, biological period. I'm just choosing the most important ones for you. Migration, mortality, death rate. Rare, you can see extinct, for example. Territory, this is my territory, like, you know, place, habitat, like the constant dominance over a unit of habitat. Threatened, under risk, we have already discussed. Toxin. Fossil fuel. Fossil fuels are like this one's coal, oil, petrol, fossil fuel. Fuel. This is something that is used in order to get energy, so fossil fuels are formed from remains of living organisms. Don't forget, guys, contamination is pollution. Contaminate is pollute. Pollutant is contaminant. So you can see its translation here. Exhaust, factory emissions. Emit gases, or we can call it like release gases or exhaust gases. Acid rain, like rainfall made by atmospheric pollution that causes environmental harm. As you know, in the atmosphere we have a lot of carbon dioxide and etc. And they affect the quality of the rain as well. So this creates acid rain. Oil spills, the release of liquid petroleum into the environment. So in Baku we can observe it so frequently. Single-use plastic, that's very easy. Carbon release, I have already explained, like release, emit, exhaust. Air quality, I think you know this one. Respiratory problems, like the problems relating to breathing, like, and premature death, mature, like being adults, like early death, like this, they're synonyms of each other. Ozone layer depletion, very important for your essays as well. So the thinning of ozone layer caused by chemicals. Sufficient. Sufficient is enough. Self-sufficient, it means, so let's say, my resources are enough for me, okay? Self-sufficient in renewable energy, the ability of a country or region to generate all the energy it needs without relying on external supply, okay? Without relying on anybody else. Cut down, very important, reduce. Sustainable, we have already discussed. Objection. So actually, yeah, you can see it in movies and etc. Objection, like. Then marine animals, aquatic animals. Also, we have terrestrial. Terrestrial. Like this is the opposite of marine animals. Animals living on land, it means. Prey, we have already discussed. Opposite of it is predator. And predators prey on prey. A growing concern, like increasing problem. So it is very good for your task too. Blah, blah, blah has become a growing concern, for example. Inevitable. Inevitable means if something cannot be avoided or if something cannot be prevented, it is inevitable. Phenomenon. Phenomenon is an observable event or occurrence that can be studied. Sometimes theory can replace this word. Yeah, that's it relating to this one. So I hope this lesson was useful for you. I'm going to record another one for lesson 2 vocabulary. And don't forget to take notes while watching. Good luck. See ya.